All right, here we go. I think we're about ready to get this thing underway. You ready to go, Zath?
I am indeed.
All right, I'm going to let them know that we're ready. So it's just a matter of them getting readied up, and we'll be on our way to Trap for Game 3 here. A game that has big implications for Group F. Both of these teams need to win this game to have a really good shot at advancing. The loser of this game is in a very, very bad position when it comes to advancing, and here we go. Amongst the volcanic islands of the South Pacific, opposing fleets vie for dominance across a small archipelago of lush tropical islands. The green palm trees and white sandy beaches will shortly be sullied by the gray of steel and black of gunpowder, and only one team will be declared champion. This is Trap. Trap is a 42 by 42 kilometer domination-style map with 3 cap points running in a line from southwest to northeast. The A cap is in the bottom left, B is towards the center, and C is in the top right. Each capture point has a unique island configuration that makes both assaulting and defending it a particular challenge. In the extreme southwest corner, the A cap is the least congested by islands, but remains exceptionally claustrophobic due to its proximity to the map borders. The northern and northeastern cap edges have some island cover that can be utilized by Allied cruisers, but there are precious few places to hide, and even fewer places to run. The half-submerged caldera in the center of B cap is a magnet for friendly destroyers seeking shelter from enemy fire, but hugging it too tightly, or failing to recognize when it's time to cut losses and retreat, has cost more than one intrepid destroyer captain their ship. Just a few more leagues to the northeast, the capture circle of Cap C is wide open, but the perimeter is anything but. A half-dozen islands are scattered along the rim, and when added to those nearby, offer friendly cruisers a myriad of nooks and crannies from which to spring radar on unsuspecting destroyers as they vie for control. Trap is a challenging map for even seasoned teams to play well. Historically, action has tended to move in a clockwise or counterclockwise motion centered around the B cap, but will that remain true as new teams and new strategies enter the mix? 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Trap. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, Group 3 of this particular match Game 3 in Group F. This is Emoji Fleet versus KSC. Emoji Fleet.
I'm kind of disappointed.
Go ahead.
I've been looking at all the flags so far today, and everybody's wearing protection. I was really hoping to see some detonations today.
No, you'd have to go watch Buenos Noches and Jaime Mendoza if you want to see detonations. He's never going to live that one down. All right, here we go. Nope. Emoji Fleet bringing Bourgogne, Kremlin, Des Moines, Henri, Double, Stalingrad, Smolensk, Gearing, and Shimakaze. The Shimakaze, incidentally, Shimakaze already into the B cap.
Yeah, interesting. So we got Aussie Zeus and the Gearing getting in to stop that, by the way. But your Shimakaze is running 20-kilometer torps. And interesting seeing a Bourgogne. Meanwhile, on the KSC side, I'm disappointed. They dropped all of the Moskva Stalingrad push-shove thing.
They did.
And now instead, they're just going for Smolensk, LOL, we'll just hit you from anywhere thing.
Yeah, this is a completely different look from the KSC team that we saw in the first match of the day. They've
evolved.
Yeah, it's evolving. There's actually destroyers on this team. You mentioned the Bourgogne. This is something that we saw. You'll note that you see PWP and QWQ kind of mixed together on the enemy team. As I understand, this particular team is like PWP's second clan, like their second group. If you remember from last King of the Sea, of course, PWP, the champion of last King of the Sea here on NA, they loved Bourgogne. In fact, we saw them taking in matches Bourgogne and Conqueror, right? And winning games with that battleship composition. Very abnormal, right? So, anyways.
Interesting that Aussie Zeus backed out of BCAP. Did he spot it?
He did not. Well, he did briefly, but like off the cap. I'm not sure what happened there. The Shimakaze, of course.
Radar?
It's possible that's what drove him off. I'm not sure. Nobody really had good shots on him.
If you hit the enter key, it'll bring up your recent chat. It'll tell you if somebody's in radar.
No, because I have my caster mod enabled, so my chat window is no longer existing.
That's unfortunate. For example, like I know that Sauerkraut already used radar over at BCAP.
It's one of the complaints that we have into these guys right now that we need them to work on, and it's also something that I know we've mentioned for the guys working on spectator mode, right? We need to disable all of this stuff, and we still want to be able to see the chat window expressly for this reason. So we're working with Wargaming to improve the spectator experience that is supposed to be coming. Now,
yeah, I'm just excited that they're working on it. That's
great.
great.
I am too. Now, the Shimakaze has left B, of course. He's up at C. They've got a tremendous amount of force at A. We've got a Stalingrad, a Gearing, an Henri, a Des Moines, and a Kremlin, all at A. A, of course, now belonging to Emoji Fleet. Up now about 40 points.
Of that entire fleet you just called off, only the Stalingrad has been spotted. We've got double Smolensk ready to just go to town on people. But they're not close enough to share each other's smoke, which I think is a bit of a misplay on their side of things.
Well, we'll see. We shall see. Stalingrad radar now. We found Aussie Zeus's Gearing. That's the only ship that they picked up with the radar. The Henri and the Des Moines and the Kremlin are all playing well back of the cap. Well back on the 1 or 2 line. You're probably starting to see them now as they open fire.
Yes, Longdong Megatron has opened up with smoke. GM Schwartz is coming into that smoke as well, so the two of them are going to work together to probably nail this Henri now that the Henri is bowing.
The Henri, under the concentrated fire of double Smolensk, is going to have a very, very, very bad game. Especially since right now he's not even slowing down, but those HE shells are just going to pen his junky armor all day long. We see it now. This guy is going to melt like butter. Now, the Gearing is right there with him. The Gearing is smoking him up, so that's going to allow him to salvage his ship. He does take a bunch of damage. Yamato shells coming in. Oh! Yamato shells.
I was just going to say, are you sure about that?
Yamato shells end that conversation very quickly.
Ooh, beautiful salvo by Shadow Wolfish.
Beautiful salvo by Shadow Wolf as Emoji Fleet down a ship very quickly here. 5 minutes gone on trap. As the Smolensks have, the double Smolensk has now shifted their fire. They're making love to the Kremlin with all that 130mm HE.
And the Kremlin just says, uncle, 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 uncle.
Now, the Des Moines is now up in that smoke that the Gearing has left in the cap with his radar active. He's trying to find these Smolensks. And there's torpedoes going into that smoke as well.
Torps have been picked up now.
Okay.
Because neither of them have been using. No, Longdong used his hydro.
Okay. Yep. They've got one of them now. That's GM Schwartz is now picked up on the radar as Des Moines shells going in on him.
And that's huge because he just started using his smoke to extend the smoke duration. So that was a surprise for him.
And Kremlin shells going in on one of them now as well.
Schwartz taking it up the rear, but he's okay.
Big push by Emoji Fleet here through the A cap as they continue to hold a cap advantage even though they're down a ship here. I'm a little surprised that we haven't seen more action out of the Daring. I'm sorry, out of the other Gearing. Where is Drift? Oh, he's in the C cap. I see him now.
Uh-huh.
I see him now. He's been pushing up, trying to suss. Oh, the Shimma. Shimma's out. Shimma's out. That's a huge kill. That's a huge kill for KSC. Caught napping, took torpedoes, and that's it.
Wow. And just like that. Now it's up to KSC to lose this match, really.
With a 2-ship advantage, even though they're down a cap, you have to feel really good about their chances. But they still have to make the plays. Like they say, that's why they play the games. They do have a significant health advantage, of course, as well, to go along with that ship advantage.
Right.
Now go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, now, if I'm the Gearing, the Shimma's dead, I'm going to B. Right? I know where the Stalin...
Exactly where he's going.
Right, I know where the Stalin is. And to his credit, Superior Stalingrad has moved up now to where he'll be able to get shots. Ooh. Somebody's Gearing just took a big hit. Frank's Gearing, Frankenstein just took a big hit. He ate a torpedo, I think. Can't tell.
Yeah.
There's holes in that torpedo salvo. Yeah, it looks like he ate a torpedo that was meant for the Kremlin. They're starting to focus fire on Superior Stalingrad now. They've realized that his position is the linchpin for them to. They've got to push him back far enough. Now they have. How close is the Gearing to getting onto B? Here, yep, there's his radar.
No.
Not even that close.
He went around it?
Yep.
He went around it because he was expecting that exact play to happen. So that's 400 IQ thinking right there.
That's right. KSC making the right plays here, managing their destroyers very well. As one of the Emoji Fleet destroyers is dead and the other one is in deep...
Look at your Kremlin today.
I'm watching. He's, wasn't a huge hit, but He's given up a tremendous amount of HP.
Those Yamato shells just came in and just sailed right down into the belt.
The emoji fleet A push has basically dissolved. They're all turning around, leaving or headed to B. Phantom Pain's Stalingrad trying to push Sauerkraut's Des Moines off the B cap. Seems like he's going to be successful.
Yeah, but he's gonna take a lot of damage for doing it. Cable guy in the Smolensk is just unloading on. It's a lot of red tracers coming in there on Phantom Pain. Halsey and Sauerkraut and oh, who would that be in the Smolensk? Which Russian is that? Kuznetsov.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
Yeah, Kuznetsov has the red. The blue is oven chicken.
All right. Now the gearing is now into B. So is Superior's Stalingrad, although Superior is reversing back out of the cap now. That should start to flip about now. Yep, there it goes.
Yeah, as soon as Phantom Pain goes down, there's really nothing to hold this team from counter pushing A and B.
Yeah.
And I think that's what KSC is getting ready to do.
Yeah, KSC has played this match basically about as perfectly as they could have.
Some good torpedo RNG certainly helped.
It definitely makes a difference, right? That the torps on the Shimakaze at C were definitely a big play, but they also handled the push through A very, very well. I'm sitting here with my camera watching Phantom Pain. He's healing now, trying to heal through this. I can't imagine he's going to find a way as KSC does bag the B cap. Now adding a cap advantage to go with their ship advantage here as we cross the halfway mark of the match.
Yeah, Drift with a beautiful just reverse and cap there at the channel. He knows there's nothing that can be done about it. He also just, now that we know where your other gearing is, Frankenstein trying to smoke up Phantom Pain.
Yep.
Drift has decided, oh, I'm just going to throw some torpedoes that way.
Well, they're trying to salvage Phantom's ship, but he's on fire again. Is he dark at least?
No.
No. So it's the smoke was basically for nothing. He just put out the fires, but there's double Smolensk farming him again. It looks like he'll be out in seconds.
Just went dark, and it's about to be permanent darkness.
But it's on. Yep. I was gonna say it went dark on 900 HP with more shells falling. That only ends one way.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
That's right. Lead change as KSC grabs their first lead of the game. A very patient game out of them, just like we saw them play, even with a different team composition. They've been playing a very just methodical, timely, just doing their thing, right?
We haven't really seen much from the Burgonia, like any sort of, muscle flexing. Same thing with the Kremlin. Like, they just haven't been hitting any big shots.
I don't know if he's been taking any big shots. The Burgonia is now in B4. The Smolensk is in A5. They have no eyes on the Moskva and Kremlin that were last spotted in C. But I think they're trying to get flanking shots on these guys. It's all I can think of. But I think it's going to come too late.
Yep. Torino's just sitting there basically holding C-cap and making sure they don't get outflanked, which is brilliant.
They've now pushed Superior back far enough that Torino's Moskva is basically lobbing AP into him. It's not penning him, though. The angle's still not there. But, I mean, Superior's now basically got people in front of him, people astern of him. He's in a bad spot here. Now, the gearing, obviously back into A, as Release My Nameless Hearts, what a great name, trying to chase him out of the cap. The gearing was last spotted down south. So this is a mano kind of thing here. He does leave the cap.
Aussie being chased quite a bit here. This is, well, I think Shadow Wolfish is going to answer this problem.
I'm not entirely positive why he felt the need to get onto A. You had a cap advantage. There wasn't really the need. Frankenstein does flip the B cap back to the Emoji Fleet. As now the gearing, that's Aussie back onto A, and Drift's gearing is spotted as he reverses back into the B cap. KSC on all the caps. That's what the ship advantage allows them to do. They can contest everything as they continue to just hammer Emoji Fleet's remaining ships into dirt. Bergonia with his speed boost up, charging the Moscow position in C.
Shadow Wolfish with the broadside shot in the Kremlin falls a little too long. How was Drift detected? You mentioned he was spotted earlier.
It must have been Stalin radar. I'm not entirely positive. He was spotted briefly as he was going back into the cap, but he's not spotted right now.
Megazal coming in to just kind of end this.
Yeah, I know, right? Up 3 ships, up a cap here, a 70-point lead, growing for KSC here. Timer under a minute and a half for Emoji Fleet to make a play or do something. Not 100% positive.
That was another B5 reference, by the way, if you caught it.
What was it?
In this.
Oh.
Glenn says to Linear in
That's right.
this at the very end of engagement.
The lone Des Moines in A does finally die as under 20 seconds now. Oh, time extension. They bagged.
There's the Bergon.
Yep, time extension. They bagged Torino in the C cap as that's Shy's Bergonia and who's this? Smolensk. That's Alex's Smolensk trying to get in there, trying to make a play. I mean, Emoji Fleet's only 100 points down. Now they're on all the caps, so right now they're the only ones ticking up points. Megazal's lost a lot of health. I'm not sure why he felt the need to push into this cap. He's got torpedoes coming in for him, Zaf.
I didn't think he expected the Bergonia to show up where he did.
Well, he's about to eat at least 1 torpedo. He might eat a second in the bow. He is going to eat a second in the bow. He's going to eat 2 gearing torps.
Bow and stern.
And a flood. He's flooding. He's going to be out. They're going to lose Megazal for basically no reason.
Free.
That's a huge kill for Emoji Fleet.
Yes, this is the throw maneuver. We've seen this often.
4 points separate these teams. 6 points now because Emoji Fleet, I'm sorry, KSC is the only ones ticking up points. 4 minutes to play. Both teams about to flip a cap. KSC bagging A.
Frankenstein just got detected right in front of torpedoes.
And there's a billion torpedoes coming in on him. Can he dodge them all? He can't. He's gonna die. There he goes.
Boink.
3-ship lead again for KSC and a cap as they do manage to, I'm sorry, Emoji Fleet does manage to bag C, but in the end, it's not going to matter.
Yeah, great torps by Drift there.
Very much so. Once again, 30 seconds on the timer as Shy's Bergonia now charges the B cap. It's the only play they've got, but they can't get onto A in time to stop the points, and that's what's going to sink them, Zaf. They simply can't get into A. They don't have enough ships in the right position to do anything about it.
No.
Even if they get onto B, this is KSC's game. Came down to a couple of kill trades at the end, but KSC with a couple of early kills, cruising and making it happen here on Trap.
As the GG set sail, and we move on to our third matches, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mark this up here. Here we go. All right, let's have a look here. Quick look at the finishing screens. There we are. Solid win for KSC, a win that they desperately needed if they want to move on to day 2.